Hey everyone. Today we gorge ourselves on the glorious Cici's Pizza Buffet. This is the Thought Arcade.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thought Arcade with your hosts, Chris, Daniel, and Elijah. We are here talking about Cici today because if y'all hadn't heard on a previous podcast, they just decided to crap all over Cici's, and I am very much a lover of Cici, so I'm going to be defending its honor. But we're going to go through a couple of updates though. What do you have for us, guys?
So first things first, the sports world. Now that everything's back, everything's running fairly smoothly, except MLB. I don't know what they did, rather what they didn't do, but the Marlins have been canceling a few games because they had 12 players and 2 coaches get corona, so they canceled a fair amount of games. I know the Phillies had to cancel a few games too because they had staffers that caught corona. The Cardinals and Brewers also had to postpone a game because 2 St. Louis players got coronavirus. So the MLB is just taking hits this month. This is actually first 2 weeks. And what's interesting is that originally they thought by just shredding the game schedule from 164 to 60 games will help a lot just because it's a shortened season. But it appears that's the only thing they did, and maybe added testing.
Yeah.
But even then, they did not handle it as well as like what the NFL is doing, what the NBA is doing, what soccer is doing, or anything like that. They
never made a sort of bubble or anything like that. They just hey, test your players, and then they left.
Yeah, it's just like we were talking when we first talked about whether this was even going to be possible to bring sports back and everything. We kind of just stumbled upon the idea like baseball would be the most social distance sport and competitively, like everyone's all spread out. And if you just manage your teams like on a team to team basis, things would work out. I guess they're just letting them kind of just run everything, like do whatever they want, basically. Like it just seems like they're not really caring about it.
I mean, that's what I thought too, is like they'd be fine. Like you're going to have like the outfield away from everybody infield, and like it just doesn't make any sense that they didn't really do anything.
It's crazy.
But I don't know. They just need to step it up. They need to stop being so dumb about it.
Agreed.
But yeah, that's all NBA also kicked off. I watched a little bit of the Lakers Clippers this past week.
Sweet.
LeBron didn't look as lethal as he does, but then again, this is the 8 games before playoffs actually start, so he hasn't hit that playoff LeBron, but everybody's looking healthy. James Harden carried his team to a win over the Mavericks.
And a record-breaking score for them.
Yeah, it was like 154 to 140 something, 143 or something like that.
The highest scoring game ever played.
Yeah, so everybody's looking good. Brandon Ingram slept on. He looked good for the Pelicans.
That's good.
Zion Williams, he still looks like he looks healthy in some of the like pre-game pictures and stuff like that. But after watching him play, his physique is a little bigger than what I anticipated. But I mean, aside from that, he only played 15 minutes, so you can really tell how he was. But yeah,
chugging that they're doing.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What else are they supposed to do though?
Yeah, they're not supposed to they're not allowed to go anywhere or see any girls or do anything. So, I mean, fair enough.
They're flying in people. The NBA, they're playing so okay. So
I heard there was like a no sex, no like whatever rule, and they're not.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
All right, well, yeah, let's just stick with that then.
But I mean, that's just what they say. I'm sure they're doing other stuff.
Rumor has it is that there have been people. I won't confirm who or anything like that. I don't even know myself. These are just rumors that people have been invited to fly in. No shot. Have been invited to fly into the bubble. There's also another rumor going around that they had to get like thousands of dollars to fly into the facility, so that way they can gamble, because gambling is also a big thing as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. What about Elijah? I think you said you had something, right?
I had the worst week of my life this past week. So,
dude, what happened?
So it all starts on Tuesday, the day. So I was supposed to get a job interview on Wednesday, but I was gonna go out and about on Tuesday to do some errands and stuff, and then my car battery just decides to die on me.
When you had the job interview?
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah, and so I call the place and hey, there's no way I can get out to your place because it's like an hour drive. It's not just something that I can just Uber to.
Right.
And they were like, no, we're looking for somebody by the end of the week. And I was like, fine, whatever.
Jeez, dude.
And so Wednesday comes around and I get with Val. We try to jump the car, but it turns out her battery isn't that good either.
Oh.
So it couldn't start my car. So my car literally just dies. And then we waited until Saturday. And then so Val went and got a new battery for her because it's covered under her warranty and did a checkup and stuff. Came back, finally had a successful jump on the car, and I was able to drive it to a place and get it fixed. And as it turns out, there's a whole bunch of other stuff wrong with the cars.
Yeah,
cars are.
Of course, they milk you for everything when you get there too. Yeah. Oh man, need a new transmission. Oh, I mean the engine's bad.
Oh, this weird air filter. You're gonna get cancer if you don't change it out.
Yeah, blinker fluid. You need to replace the blinker fluid.
Yeah, exactly.
So I had to go into this super awkward Pet Boys that it's just the service center. The automotive shop part itself was closed, and all I did was put up this weird fence around the building.
Okay.
And then
but that looked kind of sketch.
It looked really sketch because it was a house door in between that people were walking through.
Oh,
it looked really weird. And to get to the bathroom, you had to go through that thing. And it was weird. But
really? Dang.
The reason why it sucked though is because on Wednesday was Val's birthday.
Okay.
And I had planned all of this stuff. On Tuesday, I was going to go get her a little carrot cake and a card. And I had Amazon most everything, thankfully.
Oh, but the card stuff didn't help you getting all the extra stuff.
Exactly.
Oh, man. Dang, dude.
It was horrible. Then, of course, I lost the job interview. But I'm kind of glad I didn't get that job, though, because it's an hour away, and it's a bunch of data entry. So it's just me putting in information on a spreadsheet or copy and pasting information, and it would have been horrible.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it is what it is. Yeah. I mean, I know that you're looking and you're kind of in the mode right now, and you want to get something. But still, that's rough. That you had to deal with that all at once.
What kind of job though is just we need to look for who doesn't even realize that life happens, things happen. Says that oh no, we need someone by the end of the week. You're out of luck. What? I've never experienced that, and I've never heard of other people. This is the first time I've heard someone I know experience it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing too is this job's been open for over a month because I applied to it when it first opened up.
Yeah.
And they contacted me a week before to schedule everything. I was like, okay, yeah, it sounds good. And then just be oh, you know what? You don't even get it. I was like, you can just make it for Monday. I can get it on Monday, but
it's just the times, dude, and it's even hard to just find something like that in general now. But I'm sure they're all picky about just getting it done ASAP because, everything that's going on right now. So that's just unfortunate. I hate how car troubles, it always seems like it's not just one thing. It's 7 things. And it turns into a snowball of just everything else being messed up.
Yeah, it always seems to compound on something, and I cannot stand car trouble. I can't stand it.
Ooh, let's say that for the rant section, dude.
Oh, I will. I will.
He already is. He has something for
That's a good rant, dude. Oh man, I'll piggyback on that rant later. What other kind of updates we have? We have something about SpaceX. You guys were saying.
Oh yes, so they are supposed to be landing back into I think the Gulf of Mexico at 1:48 Central Time, 2:48 Eastern Time. They've been gone since May 30th. I thought it was just yesterday that they left.
Yeah, I know. It felt like, oh my gosh, it felt like so
Yeah,
long.
but it is gonna take some time for us to get to them with the whole hurricane thing. It's like the perfect storm. No pun
No
intended.
pun intended.
Wow.
Gosh,
But-
way to go, dude.
But like they landed, and of course this hurricane is going on, and that's about to hit Florida, and so they won't have anybody out to retrieve them for I think 3 days, which is fine because they have enough food for 3 days. But after that, they're gonna need someone to go get them because
So
they don't have anything else.
They're saying it's the first like water landing since 1975, and you said that they're landing in the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, I believe is what it said.
So
It's
landing
also
on the outside
it's-
of Pensacola, Florida.
yeah,
It's basically like in a ginormous canal that connects the Gulf to the bay.
yeah,
And you're right that storm is hitting Florida like right now.
yeah. And
That's
the crazy part is the hurricane. I forgot what the hurricane name is, but it's like
Isaac.
Hurricane Isaac is completely hitting Florida. So it's not even just like where it's having some hurricanes will hit one side of Florida, some hurricanes hit both. No, this is like going straight from the bottom of Florida up, and it'll be interesting. But I mean, beyond that, they're gonna need to wait a few days before they can actually make it onto land finally.
Wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I thought that, I don't know. It felt like time is just weird now in COVID. I remember watching this thing happen like on TV, and it felt like, I don't know, it also felt like it was yesterday, and then it was also like 5 months ago. I don't know, man.
We talked about it too. Like we talked about it at one point, and I'm like, yo, we talked about this like a day ago. Like how are they just now landing? I thought we just sent them up. And then Elijah said, dude, you know they've been there for like 2 months, right?
Crazy.
Wait,
I don't even know what they did. Do y'all know what they did up there? Like what actually
I
happened?
think they stayed aboard the ISS, and but
Okay.
that's all they did. From what I know.
That's all I know.
Yeah, fair enough. Well, cool. I mean, I hope all that goes good.
Well, it's interesting that they're bringing back water landings, though, because it's a weird philosophical idea for the U.S. Because we always landed our astronauts in water. We always had like an aircraft carrier or something like that go pick them up in a big spiel.
Mm-hmm.
And the Soviet-Russian side, they land on the ground.
Yeah.
Like they smashed into the Earth in this ginormous capsule. And
it
of
must
course,
be
that
logistics, like it must be so much easier to land in water than, like on land like that. Like it sounds very scary.
Exactly, yeah, because there's been a crash or two with the Soviet side where they crash land and they kill everybody inside because they landed wrong.
Right.
But in the water, it's so much more easier because the water can absorb all of that impact.
And they can shape the craft to be a certain type of how do you call it, like buoyancy or whatever.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
like
then
it doesn't
make sure it
sink 'cause
comes up
there's
right.
air. Yeah, because there's air inside the capsule, so it'll just float.
Right. Yeah, that seems better. Yeah, that seems like a better strat.
Yeah.
Hey NASA, if you're listening, keep doing this.
Right, like we're just
exactly,
we're just experts on it. It just sounds like a better strat, like if you're just thinking about it logically, but
Yeah.
whatever. What do we know?
Yeah.
All right, well let's dive into, so on the other podcast we brought on Natalie, right? And she was awesome. We talked about all kinds of cool stuff. I think we talked about Shane Dawson and cancel culture. It was a really great episode. But then y'all decided to make it one of my least favorite episodes. No, I'm just playing. Y'all started just talking mess about Cici. I don't even know how that came up. Do y'all remember how that even came up in combo?
I forgot how it came up.
No, I forgot too. Like I don't know.
I was just throwing some shade.
Like no, y'all just you
No,
just know
the
how
funny
to push
thing-
buttons, dude.
The funny thing is like out of like we were talking about cancel culture, then we started talking about pizza. I do remember Elijah saying something about Cici's, and as soon as he said it, Daniel didn't skip a beat at all. He was like, "Oh, I'm triggered."
Yeah, y'all were like, speaking of cancel culture, we should cancel Cici's. And it was like, what the heck?
I don't think I said cancel Cici's. I think that
Yeah, no,
the hype around Cici's is a bit much.
Okay, so maybe let me and Elijah start with what we're gonna say before you go into like your argument of defending it. Because we know you have a lot. We know you have you have so much to say about Cici. We know you love it, but let us go ahead, Elijah.
So I like Cici's. I'm gonna state that right now. I like Cici's. I'm cool with Cici's. Me and Cici's have a good relationship. What I don't, especially at a time during COVID, like buffets have always been sketchy to me. During this particular time, super sketch. And I know that like sometimes we just go to Cici's and we eat not until we're full, but until we hate ourselves. Because you got to get your $5.99 worth of pizza.
Yeah, shout out Louis C.K. for that one.
And so, but it's never like the first place I want. Ew.
Oh, that looks so good. Actually, I'm not gonna lie.
It's a weird picture, but when you like,
if you know what it is, then you're like, it looks good. But if you didn't know what it was, you'd be like, dude, that looks disgusting.
At first, I thought it was a pizza. I was like, what did they put on that thing? Like, but it's an actual like dessert pizza.
It's a dessert pizza.
So I'm gonna bounce off of a little bit what Elijah's saying is I'm going there because that buffet is $5.99, and I'm not going for quality. I'm going for quantity. I'm going to feast. I'm going to eat as much as I can. I'm not trying to eat rabbit food. I'm not trying to eat fluff. I want the unhealthiest type of pizza. I want all the cinnamon rolls. I'm going to ask the server there for a batch of my own cinnamon rolls. And I'm going to chow down.
Yeah.
And one thing that I do like though, like I have two really like my favorite items on the buffet are the breadsticks that they have, the cheesy bread.
Yeah.
And that one always seems to go first. And then the cinnamon rolls, though, I will defend the cinnamon rolls because, like, a fresh baked, like, if you get them, like, right when they're put out, those are the best cinnamon rolls you'll have in your life because they aren't afraid to use butter.
Yeah. I was about to say the two things that Cici does well and they are not afraid to use are butter and cheese. Yeah. Everything there has a lot of. I'm not talking about just like a pizza, regular standard pizza cheese, like a layer of pizza cheese. I'm talking like they double up, sometimes triple up on some of their pizzas.
Yeah.
So and also the cheesy bread. Oh man,
cheesy bread's good,
phenomenal. But I'm not. Cici's is not in the running for me on like pizza buffets.
See, but like when. Like, I never think of any other sort of pizza buffet. I know that they're out there, but like Cici's is the only one that comes to mind. So I feel like they have like a monopoly on that market, you know?
Yeah.
Like, see, like for people who haven't been to Cici's, y'all should definitely go because you start off here, you got salad bar, and I mean you got all kinds of dressings, right? You got your stuff, then you get in the pizza, get the breadsticks. They got cheesy bread. They got all kinds of flavors of pizza that you could ever imagine.
And that section right there is heaven.
Yeah. I mean, it's everything you need. But if they don't have what you need, you can tell them and they'll make it fresh for you in like 5 minutes. And then you get to the dessert, the brownies. Cinnamon rolls
are good. Cinnamon rolls are so good.
They got the Coke station where they got cherry Coke. It's like one of the only places that serves cherry Coke.
Okay, so
why don't y'all think Cici's lives up to like other places though? That's the thing. Like, why don't you think it's number one?
It's quality for me. It's quality more than anything. Because again, Cici's is great. $5.99, eating so much, I won't even need to eat the next few days after I'm done at Cici's. Like it's all quantity. I can get as much dessert. You know what? Sometimes I do get a salad. Sometimes I'll get pasta, but mostly pizza. Great. It's the quality that kind of throws me off because then I have like Double Dave's has a pizza buffet. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it's a local place. It's here in Texas. I don't know if it's anywhere outside the States. I haven't seen it. It's local. Double Dave's has a great pizza buffet, but it's not. It's a little bit smaller.
Oh, but a lot of it's smaller. a lot of
really,
bit smaller.
yeah, a lot of bit smaller. But the quality of ingredients that they have, because they have like these Philly cheesesteak stromboli, they have the buffalo chicken pizza that's really good. And I'm not saying like Cici's doesn't have this stuff. I just think it's better, better chicken, better sauce, better cheese that Double Dave's is using.
No, I totally agree with you. Double Dave's, and you're paying more though. You're paying like $15 for that buffet.
Yeah.
But that is a better quality pizza. That is better. Like they use better ingredients there. I will definitely agree with that. The buffet is a lot smaller. They don't have as much selection as Cici's though.
No.
And their buffet is not all day. It's like a 2-hour buffet.
And I think it's only during lunch, I want to say.
Yeah.
I don't even think they do it during dinner. They only do it during lunch. They have
like
maybe
from 11 to 1 or something.
Yeah. They have maybe
like Tuesday through Thursday. It's like really bad.
3 to 4 different types of pizzas there too.
Yeah, I've tried to go, and every single time like I'd miss it because that's such a random time slot.
Yeah, and that's what annoys me about Double Dave's. That's what gets me. That's where I'm like, that's why Cici's overtakes that even, because I'm like, yeah, the quality is awesome, but like, why do I have to work around my schedule and crap just to get like the all you can eat buffet? You know what I mean? Like, I just want to go in there and eat whatever I want, type of thing.
Yeah.
I get you. That the quality is definitely better at Double Dave's.
Yeah, and that's granted. Also, another place, Gaddytown.
See, I think no. Gaddytown and Peter Piper Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese, like they're the lowest. Like those are genuinely the McDonald's of pizza.
Oh, dude, yes, it is, dude. It is.
Cici's is more like the Wendy's. Like
it's
they try to market
like the
themselves.
Well, it's like the McDonald's at a gas station kind of pizza. Like that.
That's a whole new tier. That's a whole new tier.
I mean, that's what it is.
It's not even a tier. Yeah, it's not even the standard McDonald's. It's the one that's in a gas station. No, okay. Chuck E. Cheese, they Frankenstein their pizza. They get pieces from old pizzas that they have not sold, and they put it together to make one new pizza.
Oh. Yeah,
like
I don't enjoy Chuck E. Cheese pizza. Like I never go there and I'm like, do I want to pay $20 for like pizza? Like I just really want to play games. So I don't care. Just like I'm here for a birthday party. I just really want to play games. I'm not gonna feel satisfied with a like Chuck E. Cheese pizza that's maybe's been Frankenstein or not. I don't know. You know,
you can't even go to Chuck E. Cheese anymore without a kid now. Like you have to have a kid with you.
So they can stamp the kid and make sure you don't steal him.
Yeah.
My thing too is like, so the last time I went to Chuck E. Cheese was like, geez, dude, like 15 years ago. Like I was in high school.
I thought you said cheese, like Cheese Whiz, but like Cheese Whiz, bro.
Cheese Whiz is good. I recommend.
How long ago though? 5 years ago.
It was like in high school.
Oh, in high school. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I was
so
over
only like 2 years ago. So 2 years ago.
Nah.
Yeah, you're right. 2 years ago. Actually, a couple days ago. I was building a friend's. I was helping building a dog run for his dog in his backyard. So I was like installing this fence, and we did that in the morning time. And then he was like, "Hey, we're gonna go to Chuck E. Cheese to take my kid and let them go run around and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'll tag along." And you know, we kind of played some games. It felt really awkward because I was competing against little kids for like the Jurassic Park game. But the pizza that I had, the one time that I remember having Chuck E. Cheese pizza, it was good.
Heard.
Like it was really good.
I mean, that's like 10 years ago though.
I know. That's like I don't know what it's like now. You know,
it's not any. It's gone down. I think the last time I went was maybe 5 years ago, and I went with my nephew, and he loved it. But the pizza was, I mean, it was all right. Like I probably would have preferred to go get like one of those like Totino's pizzas you can get at HEB at the grocery store or whatever, and like that would have been perfectly fine. The funniest part of that experience though was that you either are scared of the mouse or love the mouse, and the mouse came out and my nephew was scared of him, so he freaked out. That's probably the funniest part of it all. But no, Chuck E. Cheese is by far the worst pizza because that whole Frankenstein thing, like I'm not a raccoon. Like, feed me a new pizza. Like, what are you doing?
Fair enough. So
But
and you
Gaddy
said
Town.
you said Gaddy Town was okay. So Gaddy Town is the buffet style of Gaddy's pizza. Is that what
So
you're talking about?
basically, yeah, Gaddy Town is this. It's much larger than Gaddy's Pizza.
Because we used to
It's
have one in Corpus. It closed down, but it was like a big venue where they had like a movie thing. They had the big old arcade, but they also had the buffet.
that's basically it.
That's
think
it?
of
Okay.
think of Double Dave's, or not Double Dave. Sorry, think of Dave and Buster's, but for kids and a lot smaller.
So this is one in Round Rock, and it's got a 4.1 star
That's higher
rating.
than what I would expect a Gaddy Town to have.
So it says good prices, decent pizza. They're handling the pandemic really well, pleasantly surprised. But I've had Gaddy's pizza, or I've had Gaddy Town pizza, and I'm not like blown away by it. It's very similar buffet style, but and my sister used to work there, so I mean I've been there a lot. And and she's even hooked it up too. Like she's made the pizza herself and like brought it out and stuff. Like ingredients,
I would say their ingredients
this place
is just as good as Cici's, or maybe a little bit better. I don't want to say like Gaddy Town is so much superior than Cici's, because again, I'm not saying Cici's is the worst buffet either. Like Cici's is pretty good. But I would prefer like Double Dave's or Gaddy Town compared to Cici's. I'll go ahead and say that Cici's is my third. Cici's would be my third option.
So I can't remember the last time I even had Gaddy Town or Gaddy Pizza. I remember like a restaurant named Mr. Gaddy's, which was before they got into pizza.
Yeah, well, there's like a whole story behind that. Like they divorced, like Mr. and Mrs. Gaddy divorced.
Yeah,
and then, like they split whatever.
Yeah, because I used to see places. I used to see like Mrs. Gaddy's too, like Mrs. Gaddy's and Mr. Gaddy's.
Yeah. So like Mr. Gaddy's like kept Gaddy Pizza, and then Mrs. Gaddy kept the Gaddy Towns and stuff like that. I believe that's how they split it.
Yeah, but I mean, this is also one of those places. Gaddy Town is one of those places where you go for like the experience, because they had the movie theater, they had the huge arcade, they even had like a party room you could block off. I remember in I want to say middle school, my soccer team did that once, and we went to Gaddy Town and we blocked off a room. So the experience does add into the food eating, like the actual eating of the food, and like when you have a nice experience, it is great. And again, not to poop all over Cici's, like Cici's is fine. It's just sometimes the experience there is not as great.
One thing that I give Cici's credit for, though, is they do throw out some weird pizza.
Yeah. They have
like the mac and cheese pizza.
Oh yeah,
and they have like the taco pizza. Like they aren't afraid to get creative, which I feel some other places.
Pizza.
Yeah,
and I think that's something that we like said on a previous episode, is that we all love pizza because of the fact that it's so versatile.
Oh yeah,
and Cici's does that so well.
Mm-hmm.
Like they'll add random things.
They can help you build your own like crazy pizza creation. You know.
Yeah, like that I'll always give to Cici's. Their versatility there is amazing. It's good. Again, the pricing, $5.99 to just fill my face for dude. One day I'm just gonna try to stay there for 24 hours.
Dude,
well, they close, so
they
can't.
Well, I'll bring a sleeping bag. I mean, I can sleep in the little arcade that they have. Like, it's not that big of a deal.
Right.
A Cici's in Round Rock here has a 3.9, so just 3 points off of the Gaddy Town up there.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff here, pizza buffet quality is good for the price. They will put special pies in. There's a few games for the kids. For me, it's best when you get a little busy selection. Keep your expectations in check, and everything will be fine. which is basically what you're saying, Chris. Like that's exactly what you're saying, right?
Yeah, and to be honest, that statement would be fair to say across the board for any pizza buffet. That any buffet in general, to be honest, like general in buffet, keep your expectations in check, because you don't know what you're gonna get. Like that's a good thing to say too, is that every pizza or every time you go to Cici's or even Gaddy Town or Double Dave's or whatever is gonna be different.
Right.
He's good. Like that's a good tip of advice too. Is like go when they're a little busy, because they are putting out stuff more.
Yeah, that's so
know?
true. And look at, I mean, he did the whole thing. He was like taking a whole bunch of pictures. This dude was
scroll up.
He's a
local guide, dude. Those are
Oh.
the real deal. Like local guides are where you want to get your reviews. Side note,
Maria
listen to
Leonidas. That's kind of weird.
Oh,
I don't
hey.
usually run across the Leonidas on here. That's cool.
Funny thing is right now the way they're doing it though is that you hand them the plate, you tell them which ones you want, and they will put it on the plate for you.
Right.
So
Yes.
they are a bit limiting
delivery and takeout. And I was pointing out to Val, I was like, hey, we can get like Cici's delivered. And she was like, that defeats the whole point of Cici's. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
It kind of does. It's a little weird, but I'm actually intrigued by how they're handling stuff. It's saying on their site here, the buffet is going to be served to you by a team member. The buffet is served to you by placing order with the team member. It's a buffet self-service with single-use procedures. So they have that. You know how you use a plate and you send it back and they wash it and all this stuff. Everything is going to be single-use only. So just everything's going in the trash. You're not going to get some washed thing that somebody else ate off of, which is it's pretty good.
Interesting.
Sanitation. They got guidelines, man.
Yeah, what you guys are going back to about the whole like ordering Cici's to go.
Yeah.
Yes, that does defeat the purpose. But if anything, that should put Cici's up against like Domino's and Pizza Hut, because now you are ordering pizza to go, but for a much better price.
Yeah, and they've had to go orders. Like they've had wings that you could have to go, but like I never think of having that as an option for Cici's. Like I always think of the buffet.
Yeah, no, I would. Oh, do we see that? Did we just see that free salmon rolls with the meat eater? I'm going to buy Cici's. I'm going to Cici's after this.
Check it though. 2 large, 1 topping pizza. So get like 2 pepperoni. Like the pepperoni is like my favorite Cici's pizza.
Yeah,
it's neutral. It's freaking delicious. And then you get cheesy bread and or cinema rolls. And I think if you get both, it's just $20. So you get 2 large pizzas, and I think you get I think it's like 20 pieces of these cinema rolls in an order.
Dude, that's beautiful.
I was looking at it online and the other day, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!"
Like it kind of puts in perspective, because when we talk about the price of pizza, like the $5.99 for the buffet, like you can do the $5.99 deal at Domino's,
Yeah, and that's just a medium pizza,
Exactly. Like that. Like that's definitely a better deal for sure. And my thing too is like would y'all like during this time, like me and Val haven't been out to a restaurant yet. Like we've been to like the normal stuff like Walmart and Target, Petco, these sort of things, but we haven't been to a restaurant, and we haven't been to like well, I guess we went to the mall. And some places we're handling it, some places we're not handling it. Like, would y'all trust a buffet?
No.
Not right now. No. I mean, I actually reading the Cici's thing, I was kind of like, maybe I would go just because they're serving you, and like if everything's spaced out a certain way and everything's healthy and sanitary and stuff, I'm considering that, for the time being. I'm like, I would maybe enjoy that. It's not bad.
Yeah, because I was talking about, I was like, because every now and then I get a really rare craving for Golden Corral, even though it's horrible.
Oh yeah, no.
But
I love Golden Corral.
Awkwardly, it's expensive.
Oh yeah.
Like I always think Golden Corral's like cheap, but it's like 15,
like
$16.
Oh yeah, it's like 13 without a drink,
Exactly.
So I think any larger buffets like Golden Corral or like those random like Chinese food buffets, the bigger ones, I don't think those are gonna strive all that much. Like because again, Chinese takeout, we can do it that way. I think Cici will be fine just because the way they're handling it is very smart and adaptable. Like they're taking it into their own hands.
Yeah.
Putting the responsibility more on them when it comes to serving food with Corona. But any kind of big time China, like here in College Station, I've already seen several, like as I'm driving, just several large buffets just close. The Golden Corral here, which I wanted to go to, closed. No,
wow.
not they're not doing any type of food at all. I know some Golden
Yeah.
Corrals. I think
They're doing
a
like
few-
takeouts. Is what they're doing. It's
this
like,
one here closed. They're not doing anything, and those larger ones are
Yeah.
they're not gonna do well.
in Baton Rouge, like all the Chinese buffet places, like they're still open and they're still kicking. Like there's one next to the hospital, and it has 10 to 20 cars every time I go by there.
Dang, dude. Yeah, the Golden Corral here has been trying to do takeout stuff. I don't know how well they're doing it or anything. I mean, every time I think of Golden Corral, I just think of the kids that put their hands on everything and they're living inside the chocolate fountain,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's the most unsanitary image that you can think of right now in COVID-19. So I would definitely,
because most of the time people are going to a buffet, or if it's a family with kids, like that's what like Cici's, for instance. Anytime I go there, there's always several family with several kids.
Yeah.
Gaddy Town, basically a place for kids. A lot of these buffets are just for families, so they can have that family day and just go out and eat whatever as much as they want. And seeing that and knowing how just disgusting kids can be sometimes, I'm not. No, buffets are out of the question for me.
I think I like Cici so much because I'm in control. Like I can have whatever pizza I want, and I can put whatever I want, and I can tell them what I want. And I can sit where I want, and I can put as much Parmesan cheese as I want. I don't have to ask for give me 5 packets. They'll give me 2. I can pour as much crap on it as I want. I can get a bowl of ranch to dip my crust in, or a bowl of marinara to dip my. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. Yeah, you have complete control over your meal, and that's something you don't have at restaurants or even when you're at home sometimes. And I think that's a good point.
So let me ask you guys this then. Chick-fil-A, they are known for always accommodating to their customers, always knowing what they want. They want to strive to be a customer service based, food company. Would you consider Cici's the Chick-fil-A of the pizza world in that aspect? If they're as accommodating towards the customer as you say?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I would already say it. Yeah, because I mean, there's a Cici's there are 2 Cici's in Corpus, and one of the Cici's, we would just always go to this place, man. Yeah. And they had these managers, dude, who are on point. Like every single manager in the store was doing a night job at Chick-fil-A. He was like, my pleasure all the time, dude. He was like, dude, these people were amazing. I don't know why, but
they were really nice.
Yeah, I mean, we had really great experiences in Corpus at Cici's, and I just, I mean, maybe, I mean, if we're talking, Peter Piper and all them as the McDonald's of that, then I'd maybe have to say Chick-fil-A is the, or Cici's is the Chick-fil-A of it all.
Funny thing is, I actually really like Peter Piper or Peter Pan pizza. It is, yeah. I don't like what is it, Chuck E. Cheese. I think Peter Pan pizza is way better than Chuck E. Cheese for one.
Peter Pan pizza?
I think, is that what it's called? Or Peter Piper pizza?
Peter Piper pizza.
Peter Piper pizza.
Is there a Peter Pan pizza?
I remember having Peter Piper pizza like once, and it was at a friend's birthday party in like middle school. But I felt like that was kind of like the Chuck E. Cheese where like I don't go there for the pizza or that sort of thing. Like I go there for the entertainment value.
Yeah,
because they had a really good arcade selection, and they had like a little play place.
Yeah,
I think Cici's is like the balance. It's not overly like overly arcade, or overly like entertainment stuff. It's like an equal balance.
Yeah, and like 4 out of the 5 Cici's that we go to has a really good game. It has the Striker 1945 game.
Yeah,
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle game.
Yeah,
I grew up on this game at that Cici's, and this is my jam.
Really?
And then every now and then they had this game, which is the Star Wars trilogy game.
Yeah,
you sit down or you stand up, and you go ham as an X-wing, or it even lets you do the lightsaber duels and stuff like that. That's just another reason why I love CC's, because there's also some nostalgia there too. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna throw one out there, and it's not one that's relevant so much now, just because it's not around.
Mhm.
But for me, the ultimate pizza buffet will always be Pizza Hut when they were doing their buffet, because it wasn't too expensive. They always had the stuffed crust pizza available on the buffet.
I was about to ask.
The most luxurious pizza, the best pizza ever. They always had it on. They didn't have just the pepperoni with that, with the stuffed crust. They had like a meat lovers one. They had a salad bar. Oh man, Pizza Hut, and of course Pizza Hut is quality. Like, I like their stuff. I really like their stuff. But obviously they don't do that anymore. There are very few Pizza Huts. Like, I think there's one in Caldwell, Texas that does one.
In 2018, I think Pizza Hut said that they're closing all their dine-in restaurants because they aren't making money. Like, they're turning into Domino's.
Yeah,
I
which
feel
I
like
mean,
Pizza Hut is not a big deal for me. I'm like, on Pizza Hut.
I love Pizza Hut, but that's because Pizza Hut was always been like the go-to for me. Like, whenever I first started, like even when I was younger, the first place my family would think to order would be Pizza Hut. And then that kind of grew the love. And then, everybody in my family decided they like different pizzas. And I was just like, nah, Pizza Hut has always been like good Old Faithful to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, stick with Old Faithful. You'll never go wrong.
I was thinking when you brought up Peter Piper pizza, I was like, if Cici's is the Chick-fil-A of the pizza buffet, Peter Piper's the Popeyes of the pizza buffet.
Kids having Fight Club in the back.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, you never see a brawl happen at Cici's, dude.
I don't see. I like Peter Piper pizza. I don't want to disrespect it. They are very, very similar to Chuck E. Cheese. The only difference is that they don't smell like feet and pee. They don't smell like that marinade of feet and pee like Chuck E. Cheese does, dude. Chuck E. Cheese always smells terrible.
People get drunk over there, and they just start actually battling it out.
Do they serve beer at any of these places?
Chuck E. Cheese,
they serve beer at Peter Piper.
Wine.
What?
Yeah, they're trying to accommodate for like those moms that take their kids to Chuck E. Cheese. So Chuck E. Cheese started doing like wine, and like they'll do like specialty pizzas, like a margarita pizza for them.
Oh.
As well.
Whoa.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. They're trying to tailor to like the older crowd that has to take their kid there.
Yeah.
That's good. That's a good way to exploit your market.
Yeah. That's capitalism at its finest right there.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
so
they're smart about it.
we're talking about I think the quality of Cici's is legit. I mean, I will eat so many freaking pieces of pizza, like in all kinds of flavors, and I'll get way too full. Like 20 something pieces of pizza, and I'll just have a great time when I'm there. And then we also had the arcade. The arcade is really cool. We have a lot of good memories there. We also have the music there that they play is like, I don't know. Every time we went, they were playing Dancing in September by Earth, Wind and Fire. Like, it was always popping in there. They always had the great jams going, like all the feel good jams, so like all time. And also on TV, they were either playing like NFL games, like they have NFL Network, or they were playing Boomerang. So all of the classics like Flintstones, Jetsons,
Powerpuff Girls,
Powerpuff, like Scooby-Doo, Dexter.
Yeah, I forgot all about that. Yes, they always have those old.
That's why I see this is good in my eyes.
I think there was a time where we went for like a Thursday night football. I'm gonna say, I mean, like we went to Cici's.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh
like,
yeah.
Bro, you go to B-Dubs, Buffalo Wild Wings, and it's packed. You go to CC's, now you're good. You'll find a seat.
I mean, it's packed, but like. You find a seat, man. You find a seat, dude.
Okay, Daniel, you're doing a great job here because CC's is moving up.
Oh, hey! I mean,
all about those, dude. The cartoons, man.
Speaking of stuffed crust pizza, you're talking about Pizza Hut and stuff. CC's got a stuffed crust pizza, my man.
I've never had it though. Every time I go and look for it, it's always empty. It's like the first pizza to go.
I mean, because it's good.
Yeah, I was about to say it must be good then, because
No.
I've had the same thing every time I've gone. It's
kind of
gone.
a
Like, I know
relatively
they have
new
it.
addition to it, but it's good, dude. I mean,
Yeah.
they have thin crust pizza, they have regular crust pizza, they got the stuffed crust pizza, they got all kinds of flavors, man.
And then
Their macaroni and cheese pizza is good, dude. I
Oh,
didn't
man, what are
think
you
it was
gonna
gonna be
do?
a good thing. It's quality, so much cheese.
here's my
Yeah.
thing though. Okay, so since we're talking about buffets and stuff,
Mhm.
to change the subject a little bit, how do you feel about line cutting and line cutters?
Oh,
Like
ooh.
say you're done with your salad section and you're trying to get to the pepperoni jalapeno pizza, but there's Karen right there taking her sweet time
I
with
feel
the
bad
cheese
for
bread.
all the women named Karen in this
know,
in this era of Karen wokeness.
We're doing no justice. We've mentioned Karen in
Ah.
every episode since that. We are not helping the cause.
If
But
you're a normal Karen, like we're here for you, and just reach out to us. Goodness
here's
gracious.
our Karen hotline if you want to.
Yeah, call the Karen hotline.
So
Oh.
you have to catch me at the wrong mood. If you catch me in the mood where I'm trying to eat and I need to get my food and I see you cutting in line, I'm going to say something. If you're also catch me in that mood and you're taking your time to get pizza, I don't eat. Sometimes when I'm so hungry, I don't even think. I just do. Like, I just act.
Your animal instinct comes in.
I'll walk around you and I will get my pizza.
Oh yeah, no, Dad, I'm that way. I take my time, but if I see somebody like doing some extra stuff, like they're getting the whole entire pizza that was just put out and they're putting it on their plate, I'm like, all right, I don't already know what I want around you, so I'm just gonna go around you. Like, don't even be mad.
Yeah, I do that same thing. Like, I'm okay with line cutting. If you know what you want, go get it. You know, it's not my fault that
it's not the supermarket. You know.
Yeah.
You know, like people in the supermarket, man, like they're like looking at the milk section and like, oh, like 2%, 1%,
oh, they have a 0.5%. Oh,
and you know which milk you want.
Colors. It's not going to change colors the 5 minutes you're standing in front of it. It's going to still be white.
They pull it out the thing and they're looking at the nutrition label. And like, oh yeah, it's
like,
the thing is like when I go to Cici's though, when I've gone to Cici's, I'll stick with them as the example. Is every time like I've gone and there's always been that one person to stop in front of me, like waiting on pizza. They usually like know what's going on. They'll look at me and be like, "Hey, you can go around me," and I'll be like, "Oh, thank you." You know?
Yeah, I feel like that's 90% of people. Like they understand the ethics that go into line cutting, but then there's like that one Karen or Chad. You know, and
Chad?
Like,
is that the new one?
Is that the guy version, Chad?
The male version is Chad. Yeah.
Oh. What was
declaring it?
What was that guy's name? Oh man, y'all had a dude that y'all were talking about. It was like, oh man, I can't remember his name, but he was like a weird like he drank Monster and he wore like
Kyle.
Kyle, yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
That's the right name.
Kyle is just intense. That skating monster drinking dude. He's not a snitch though. Chad is a snitch.
Chad is a snitch. Kyle ain't no snitch.
Kyle's with that. With that. Chad, not so much. Chad will call the cops on you for nothing.
They don't understand like you're taking your sweet time trying to cut like that one piece that like won't cut. You're trying to separate it. You know?
Yeah, that's rough.
Like I'm not gonna sit there and wait for you. Like my pizza's 2 pizzas down from you.
Mm.
I don't care about you. I'm gonna go to my pizza.
Yeah.
You know?
And it teaches you how to work on the fly too. Like if you see your pizza and there's like 2 left, right? And you're in the line. Like there's a couple of people in front of you, and you're right next to it. This happens all the time. They grab the last 2 pieces, and you make a decision. Like you just, all right, my go-to. Like what's my next go-to pizza? I'm like that's what I've learned. I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna like just like look around and friggin' or wait for the dude. Hey, sir, like
Hey, I'll actually trade you that pizza slice. I have 2 cheesy breads on my end. I got an end piece.
It also teaches you how to work quick. Because if you don't like go through and like you're trying to be considerate for the people behind you and you don't grab your pizza correctly that first try and it drops and you have to get it again, I get stressed. I get
Oh,
I get anxious, and I'm just like, no, I got to get this. Like, it teaches you how to go by quick. But like, oh man, this is embarrassing. I can't pick up my pizza the first try. Like, you got to do it right
how
in there.
you're trying to bag all your groceries at the store because there's that person behind you just waiting, you know, and like it feels like everyone is pressuring you to hurry up.
Right.
It's kind of what that feels like.
Don't you know how like when you're high above like on a cliff and people tell you don't look down, when you're in the line for Cici's, don't look behind you, you'll get stressed.
Stressed out. Well,
so
I mean,
do y'all have any sort of like favorite Cici's moments or anything?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, for me, I was just always going with you guys. That's why I was kind of felt betrayed that you even thought that it wasn't like the best place ever. No,
so
like,
if you've been listening, this is where the real episode starts, where Daniel tells how annoyed with Elijah he is on this selection about what he said.
No, we had some good times. But like one of the best, like some of the best times I've had there are when Elijah would come back from college, like when he was living in South Carolina, and we'd go. But also like me and Jesse, when Elijah was back like out in college and Jesse had some free time, that was like one of our go-to spots, was just going to Cici's, and we would just go there during lunch and spend like hours there just jamming out to awesome music, just watching weird shows on TV, and just eating all the pizza we could, and just playing games after and winning, stuffed animals or random sports like footballs or like anything we could. Yeah. Like they had everything there. It was just, I don't know. I love that place. I think I always will love that place.
I think that it's ingrained in me for that as well. Like we would eat, we would hang out, like there wasn't any pressure like at like a normal restaurant where like you got to eat and leave, which is like such an American thing to do. And we need to stop doing that. And Cici's is like a good starting point. Like sit down, relax, eat, enjoy the company that you're with.
Yeah, and nowadays waiters are like serving you, and they're in a rush to like get you out so they can get someone else on the table. Like Cici's, I go there, I don't feel rushed. Like time flies sometimes too. Like one of my most memorable moments is that I went there with friends. We ate a whole bunch of pizza, then we hung out for an hour and just talked. So we ate for an hour, hung out for an hour, just talked about just life and everything going on, and then we had cinnamon rolls, and that took another 30 minutes. And so it was like a 2.5 hour just trip to Cici's, and nowhere did I feel rushed. People, I guess the person at the front is always just like, "Oh, you guys have a nice day." It's a nice experience all in all for what it's worth. Yeah.
Man, that's a good point, dude. No pressure, man. Just like
like you could just go and sit down. Like when I was in like a German class, and we're learning about German culture and stuff. Like there's no sense of urgency to eat or anything. It's you go and you sit down. You're not waited on, and per se. Like you have to call somebody to you, and someone will come and like take your order and stuff. But there's no pressure of getting down, eating, and leaving. Like they'll eat breakfast for like 2 hours. They'll eat lunch for an hour. They'll eat dinner for like 2.5. And
there's the control aspect of that too. Like you're not waiting on your food. You're waiting on you to go get your food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't be annoyed at anybody.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you're at a restaurant, not your pizza yet. I just want the normal pepperoni. Like, come on.
But a lot of it's on you though, like it's you just go in there and they make the food and you just go get it. Now it's different because COVID-19, but like the OG days.
Hey Elijah, proposition for you. When we are waiting from the morning of your wedding till the actual event happens, what would be the off chance that we could take a quick trip to Cici's, grab some rolls, and like
Cici's in like a 10-mile radius of that place. The closest thing there is a Jersey Mike's and a Whataburger.
Hey, that's good for me.
That's still quality. That's still quality, but it's the cinnamon rolls that we should.
I know.
Yeah.
And I've had Cici's like for a birthday party one. Well, not like my birthday party, but I've had Cici's like brought like as a catering thing. And
cool.
Still really good. Like
yeah.
That's
awesome.
Yeah, you can totally get it like delivered and takeout and stuff nowadays.
One thing I've never tried with Cici's though are the wings, and I want to try their wings.
Yeah,
they're pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I feel like they would be better than like Domino's or Pizza Hut wings for sure. Like I feel like that's where Cici's could probably have an edge over them.
That's the one thing I don't like about Pizza Hut is their wings aren't that great. Domino's has pretty good wings, and I'd put Cici's wings right between those two. Like it would be like for me, Domino's wings, Cici's wings, and then Pizza Hut's wings.
Okay.
So I definitely recommend it, and they're pretty good.
We'll pose the question again: is Cici's even that good? I mean, I'm gonna say hell yeah, dude. Because I mean,
damn. I'm still gonna. Okay,
is it still number 3 on your list?
Cici's pizza even that good? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. My ranking of which pizza buffets is different now. It is altered. It is not my favorite pizza buffet, but Cici's is definitely good. It's definitely worth the money, the pizza, the experience, all of that. Cici's is awesome.
It's the only pizza buffet that I know of, so it's got to be number 1.
Yeah.
I definitely think that it is good. It's just when I compare it to something like Domino's, or whenever I get into my recommendation, it's not as good.
Yeah.
But I still respect it as an entity. Like if someone says, let's go to Cici's, like I'm not gonna say no. I'm not gonna say, oh, let's go somewhere else. I'm gonna say, yeah, let's go to Cici's. You know?
Yeah.
I'll never turn down a trip to Cici's. You ask me to go to Cici's, I'll always say yes.
Yeah.
And so, Chris, you said you had like a top 3. I didn't quite hear what they were. I think you said Cici's was like number 3 on your.
So the beginning to start this episode, Cici's was number 3. Cici's, you really need to thank Daniel.
Yeah,
because they moved up
so bad, dude. We need sponsors on this dang show.
They moved up a spot, so for me, it's gonna be Double Dave's just because I like their buffalo chicken, and I know it's it's small, it's only during a certain amount of times, but I still like the quality of their pizza. So Double Dave's is always going to be number 1. Cici's is a number 2, but they'd be reliable. They're like all reliable, just like with Pizza Hut. I'm gonna go with Cici's just at any point, and then the third one is probably going to be Gaddytown. 2 was Gaddytown, but Gaddytown moved down.
Yeah, that's what's up. No, I like that list. I like that. I probably it's a good contender between Double Dave's and Cici's for me. But Double Dave's just hits second just because of that time slot. We've gone there multiple times. Well, we went there maybe like once or twice, and we were like, oh dang, like we went to a different Double Dave's too, because I think our first experience we might have hit that buffet window, and we just assumed that they had buffet all day, just like Cici's. Yeah. And then we were like, oh man, we gotta accommodate like when we want to eat a bunch. Like, no, I want to eat now.
let me preface this by saying, like, I worked at a bookstore that was right next to Double Dave's, and I'd always take my lunch right when they had their lunch buffet. So it was like perfect timing. I've always made the buffet because it was always during my lunch, so I was perfectly fine. But I mean, I completely understand how that could be like a complete turnoff to just having pizza from Double Dave's.
And I don't disagree with Elijah. I think it's hard to compare like Cici's with like Domino's or something like that. I definitely think Domino's is top tier. Like, I mean, honestly, I think Domino's is top tier pizza, man. It'll
always be Pizza Hut and Domino's. Yeah. One or two. Like if you like pizza, you're either gonna have Domino's number 1 and Pizza Hut number 2, or vice versa. Like all these other like pizza chains, like they're low key pizza places. Like New York probably has a bunch of them that people love, but at the end of the day, like any person who's not very picky about pizza, or always gonna be like Pizza Hut or Domino's today.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I'm glad I could.
To educate
Cici's up on number 2 spot, man. That's
low key. I was thinking about going to get, like, I've been trying to not eat out lately. So today I think I might actually cave in and just go get some pizza. But then again, Cici's isn't the buffet, so I don't know now. But
I mean, dude, you can have it takeout or delivery, bro.
I was thinking about that. Just
have some good deals on there, bro. They have like some affordable deals on there. Like, But yeah, I mean, Domino's is a good safe bet anyways. But yeah, let's get into some good old-fashioned rants.
Favorite part?
So my rant is going to be against the 2008 to 2014 model Dodge Avenger.
Dodge Avenger.
And I'm not a good mechanic, but I can do certain things. Like I do know how to change oil, I can do like small things. I'm not kind of like Daniel's level. Daniel's really good. Like I'm not like a master mechanic or anything like that. I don't want to be. Cars do not interest me that much.
Yeah.
But I do want to maintain it because that is my car, Like my car's name is the USS New Dawn, and I do like Dodge. I had a Ford previously, but Dodge definitely won me over, except for this one aspect.
Mm-mm.
The battery placement for the 08 to 14 Dodge is right in front of the driver side front tire.
How you gonna do that, dude?
Like underneath the carriage. Like in order to change the battery, you have to take off the car tire completely, or you have to remove the front bumper and then remove like a secondary bumper to get to the battery.
Like I don't even know how y'all jumps. Like I'm just trying to imagine you trying to jump start your car, you're like two little legs hanging out the top of your car because you're reaching down into this thing.
Over the coolant, the engine coolant. It has two little prongs, the positive and negative.
Oh, they have to come up all the way up.
It comes up all the way up through the engine block. So you have to find those.
That's
and the negative is like on the very, very far side of the car, and it doesn't make any sense when you're jumping it. Like it's so hard to find. And so I was like, yeah, I can go get some of these tools and I can replace it. Like that's something I haven't done. I would like to try it. I can't take off a whole car tire,
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
And take off an undercarriage bumper to get to the battery just to change it. And that really annoys me. I'm glad they changed it after the 14, but why would you put that there in the first place, you moron? Yeah.
I thought we were going to bring on
the board.
Who cussed first?
Yeah. And so I just that's my rant. Like when you're designing a car, think about the parts that like the average Joe can get to and change and want to work on. I'm not trying to replace an engine or anything. I'm just trying to do basic stuff like change a battery, change the oil, change a tire every now and then, that sort of thing. Like it was dumb.
This is something you would say, dude, is that they do it because they're just trying to fund the repair, like mechanic industrial complex.
Exactly. That's part 2 of my rant. I called 3 places. 2 of them were Dodge certified repair shops and dealerships. I was like, hey, I need a battery for a 2013 Dodge. It's a Die Hard. It's this brand, blah, blah, blah. Here's the VIN. And they were like, oh, those are on back order for us. And I was like, okay. I called the next one. Oh, we're out of those. We're not getting those until like next month. And then I finally got a hold of a Pet Boys. And I don't like Pet Boys. I've had horrible
Pet Boys.
I don't go to
Pet Boys.
I do not recommend going to them, especially for an oil change, because they will genuinely try to take off the whole oil tank and replace it for you. And like, no, just
the
change the oil.
The McDonald's of mechanics right there.
Dude, they're the McDonald's in the gas station of all mechanic places, dude.
Yeah, but they had my specific battery, and so I went there. It was done in under an hour. I can't really complain against this Pet Boys, but the fact that all of these Dodge certified dealerships just didn't have batteries or parts for their own vehicles, that I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So I love you, Dodge, but be better. Be better.
Better.
Great.
Whew. Well, my rant for today is I don't know what it's against. It's just that I couldn't find the honey butter at HEB. I couldn't find it. So I don't know if that's Whataburger's fault or if it's HEB's fault. I don't know whose fault it is. I went to
I don't know who to blame.
I don't know who to blame, really. I mean, I went to the condiment section.
I don't know how I feel right now.
I mean, I don't know who to point the finger
The
to.
honey butter is located with the actual, like the butter and the sour cream and all that stuff in the back.
Yeah, that's not fair. Okay, so when they first started doing Whataburger stuff, they put all the Whataburger like sauces all in one section in the condiment section. That way you can see from honey mustard to ketchup to mayo to honey barbecue, all the good stuff, even honey butter. It doesn't need to be refrigerated before opening.
It does not, no.
But I went all the way on one side of the store, and then I pulled up my trusty HEB app, and it told me that it was in the dairy section next to like the actual tubs of butter. So I had to do that. I don't know who to blame for that.
Well, you could definitely blame the psychology of HEB because dairy products are always in the back in order to draw you into the store.
Yeah.
To get you to
I had
buy
to go
more.
back through other things that I didn't want to go through again just to get this thing again. Yeah, you're right.
No, that's its purpose.
Elijah, weren't you also telling me that everything they put like the more expensive stuff at HEB at eye level, so it draws you to that first?
Yeah, and like General Mills will pay money to stores to put themselves as the center shelf as eye level. Because
we literally just went through this like at the store. We were getting an Oreo pack, and because we're gonna make some like Oreo icing and stuff like that for cake.
Nice.
And we were looking and we're like, why is everything family sized? And then we were like, oh, there they are. They're like way the heck up there. Like this the regular size, like regular to thin, like 3 little sleeves of Oreo, and it's way up on the top, and it's just like not even in view. Like you're not supposed to see those things.
My dad used to be a manager at a grocery store at HEB, and then he moved into the meat market. But he knows, and he's taught me about the psychology of what they employ for shoppers and stuff like that. It's crazy.
It's in depth.
It's so like you don't think that it's all thought of kind of just they put things there just to put them there. No, every space in every square inch has a purpose.
Dang.
That's crazy. I actually just got some Whataburger condiments from HEB too, that honey barbecue and I forgot what else. I think it's just the ranch, the buttermilk ranch they have.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, yeah, that was a weird one. It's all over the place, Chris. Bring it together. Bring it all home, man.
Yo, I'm feeling 2 tips away about HEB and then cars now. I don't even know. Like,
right.
No, my rant is probably Florida.
Like the state?
Like the state
of Florida.
Because like I hear all these crazy stories about like Florida man does this, Florida man does that. Y'all chill out. Like y'all live in like
Florida people.
Like just y'all have a nice Miami beach there. Like y'all just go lay out on the beach and chill out. I don't need to see one of you put your alligator and bear to wrestle each other. Like what kind of I do not understand. Like,
dude.
This
That sounds like the most American thing.
Like craze sort of started too, right? Because that's like the first story of Florida man that I remember is like some dude took bath salts and started being like cannibalistic.
He ate someone's face off.
Yeah.
Dang.
Like this is like y'all chill out. Just relax a little bit.
We were watching Intervention, and there was a stat that was mind-boggling. There was like I think it was back in like 2014 or something, but it was like 138 people in this year have been whatever with bath salts, right? And then it said like in 2 years that number went up to like 3,000 something, and I was just like, dang. I don't know.
That seems a bit.
That's a whole nother rant.
Yeah.
I don't even know how you would like consume bath salts as a drug. I thought it was just those things you put in the bath that help muscle relaxation.
It's like a really weird like crystal meth, I think.
Well, the thing is they also sell it. They sell it at tobacco shops because they know the clientele. Like they like, why the heck would you buy bath salts at a, like, oh, it's just like a fidget spinner, they need a fidget spinner with the cigarettes, like, no, they know people misuse this crap. I think I don't know what they do, watch Intervention. That's, they'll show you everything you need to know on that show about bath salts.
Yeah, for sure. But that's my rant. Just Florida and the people need to relax.
That's a good rant.
Floridians, get it together, my dude.
I always feel like a serious rant about life, and then Chris just comes in with like some random thing that just upsets him.
I know. That's what I was saying. Like, bring it on home, Chris. Like, we got some weird rants that I know you got.
I'll be honest, I thought of that like 2 seconds before I even said it. Like,
that's what you usually do, man. And it works out perfect.
Let's do it.
It brings good issues to life, Chris. That's what it does.
That's what I'm here for. All right, what do you got for recommendation, Elijah?
All right, so really quick story time. My dad, back in the heyday of the 70s, works at a knockoff Pizza Hut chain called like Pizza Roof or Pizza Inn or something like that.
Nice.
And so he was a cook there, and he took the pizza dough recipe that they used, which was, again, it was kind of like, it's kind of similar to Pizza Hut crust, but 10 times better now that he's perfected it over the years. And so my recommendation is to go make your own pizza. I finally did that yesterday with my dad's recipe, and Val turned the dough into like a deep dish because we just got a small little bitty cast iron, and she turned that into a deep dish pizza. Amazing.
Oh yeah.
I made it like really, really, really thin, almost like flatbread type. I just loaded it up with sauce, Italian sausage, onions, pepperoni, a bunch of cheese, light sauce. I'm not a big sauce guy. And it was awesome. It was like it ruins pizza for you once you have like my dad's pizza or homemade pizza. So that's my recommendation. Just go find a recipe, tweak it, go do whatever you want to do. Don't be intimidated because it's baking. You got to activate the yeast. You got to control that aspect. Don't be intimidated by it. Go make your own pizza. It was a lot of fun. Like we turned it into a date night. We watched a couple movies. We had some drinks. It was great.
And you're passing on the next generation of pizza making, man. Like the recipe will live. It will live on.
I'm so excited for that.
I can't wait for you to make it, dude. I want to try it so bad. And I did good. I did good today. I ate before the podcast.
That's good.
So,
that's good.
Well, aren't you lucky?
Yeah, I can tell Chris's face, dude. I know he's hungry, dude.
Like I'm trying to figure out places I might go eat at now. Like, all right, let's do this.
When Elijah was describing the pizza to your face, I was just like, oh.
No, I was gonna say, Elijah, send that over ASAP.
Yeah.
Well, I want to try it.
Well, my recommendation, it is because my birthday is coming up, right?
Yeah, it is.
And what I would really like for my birthday is for Elijah to check on those photos from your family, bro. Help him send them over, bro. So for those who don't know, we went to the Botanical Gardens a long time ago, and Elijah's dad was like, hey, here's a really awesome camera that I have, and just take a bunch of pictures. I went around and took a whole bunch of pictures. This is also another like rant or recommendation on my other the other podcast. It was but it's also a recommendation now because it would be the best gift to actually see those pictures. Just an idea, just a birthday idea.
I'll write that down.
Okay, cool. All right, Chris, what you got for us, man?
So my recommendation is going to be tater tots. There's this bag. Ida, I think the H-E-B Ida bags. They have these extra crispy tater tots.
Those are the best tater tots.
really good. Yeah, I think so. And they're extra crispy and they come out perfect. Because sometimes with the regular ones, they still come out a little soggy. But this extra crispy, they actually taste like like they're crunchy like tater tots should be, and they're really good. So I definitely do recommend them. And yeah,
thoughts.
Oh,
There are better tots, bro. I'm gonna get you right
Really?
here,
dude.
Yeah.
Loaded tots, low key one of the greatest things ever.
Oh, it is like it's one of my food groups. There are loaded tots.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing.
Elijah. What are those tots? Those tots that I get. The name
It's
of the
like
tots.
Alexandra's or something.
Oh right, it is Alex. It's like it's like in a white packaging.
Yeah, it's white packaging with a purple label, and it's like Alexandra's or something like that.
Oh, I know which ones you're talking about. I haven't tried those.
Try them.
They're like fancy tots.
They're at HEB too. I've seen those. The only reason I get the Idol ones is they're a little bit less expensive than those, but I've seen those and those look good.
Oh, I found them. I'm going to show you right here because here it is.
Yeah,
right
see. Okay,
yeah. They're like seasoned, a little bit of garlic, I think, and like peppers and stuff.
Yeah,
oh, actually, just all of these, dude.
Fries, dude. Their sweet potato fries they have are pretty decent.
Oh, dude, if you just put them on a parchment paper on a baking sheet and just put them in for the appropriate time,
yeah,
dude, that's it.
That's good.
It's a done deal, bro.
Yeah, but anyways, I think that wraps up this episode. Daniel has presented his debate for Cici's.
Yeah.
That's good.
I did want to drop something that I forgot to mention to you guys before, but I know a few of our audiences, they actually are from other podcasts. So I'm going to be listening to some of our Twitter followers who also happen to be podcasts and use them as recommendations, kind of
sweet.
like a support our podcast community. So definitely stand by for those. But anyways, that's been another episode of the Thought Arcade. Stay tuned because we're going to be talking about Whataburger next. All-time favorite fast food places. One of the greatest fast food places. But thank you guys for supporting us.
Bye.